Hello everyone, today I'm going to introduce you to Axon. Axon is a Japanese company that have just recently entered into the RC market. Now, their products have been spreading like wildfire here in Japan, from top-level drivers all the way down to club-level drivers. Everyone is making the switch over to Axon products. Now, as you can see here, we have their Spur gear line, but they also offer other products as well. And they offer differential oil, shock oil, ball bearing oil, greases for different applications, world spec performance short springs for the new short shocks, and also ball bearings, precision ball bearings for various applications. Now today I'm going to talk about the Axon Spur gears. Now as you can see here, we have the Axon Spur gear TCS, so this is for your touring car, and we have the Axon Spur gear DTS for the direct drive vehicles. Now both spur gears are made from a high quality resin which is consistent throughout the whole range of the spur gear, all the way out to the tip of the teeth. And this is great because it will maintain its overall durability throughout the longevity of the gear. Not only that, the actual gear is molded in a precision mold, so the teeth and all the components are nice precision molded. There's no burrs or flares or whatever. It's nice and clean, which is a nice feature, especially for the DTS series, which I'll talk about that in a minute. But as you can see here, the TCS has a nice unique design to it. It has like this spiral pillar design, which still maintains the gear's overall durability, but it also makes the gear a lot lighter, 20% lighter than other manufacturers. I've gone ahead and I've weighed this spur gear against another manufacturer of the same tooth count, and this gear is 3.2 grams versus 4 grams. So this gear is definitely lighter than its competitors, but it being lightened up in these areas, it doesn't sacrifice its durability, which is nice to have. Overall, it's a nicely designed spur gear. You can see here, you can easily identify the actual tooth count right here, and you have the Axon logos here and here. Okay. Oh, and also the holes here will allow you to bolt this spur gear into a multitude of touring cars, so there shouldn't be an issue with mounting this gear in any touring car. Now, the DTS series, this is what sold me on the Axon Spur gear line. Now, I'm very particular about building my differentials, especially for 1/12 scale. It is so important to make sure that your differential is smooth and operational. A gritty differential or a differential that is not operating smoothly will definitely affect the overall handling of the 1/12 scale. Now, I've done everything. I've gone and I've used high grade ball bearings, differential bearings, ball bearings, super smooth mirror finish differential rings, thrust bearings. I've done all that, and I've gotten my spur gears to be very smooth, and they've been performing quite well. But I didn't realize that a spur gear would have an effect on the actual differential of the differential's performance. And previous to the Axon, I was using this manufacturer here. And if we were to take a look here, we have the differential ball in the middle. And if I was to place the differential ball on top of one of the holes, as you can see here, it doesn't rest inside the actual gear. You actually have to apply some pressure in order for it to pop in. Now, this force that you apply on the ball, you're actually forcing it into the pocket. And what I've found out is that the ball is not actually moving freely so much inside that pocket. it's kind of being cupped by the actual hole itself. And so what that is doing is it's generating friction in the holes here. And that friction will obviously translate to the differential operating a little bit not as smooth as it can be. Anyway, so I decided to switch over to this gear and give it a test. And so as I showed you in the previous, with this previous gear here, how I had to apply some pressure. Well, this gear has been precision molded where you don't need to do that. It just falls right in. Let's see if I can get it on video here. It just falls right in and it falls right out. So it fits in perfectly to the gear. So the ball is not binding in the hole whatsoever. It is just sitting there, placed there, and it's not being pinched or cupped by the hole. And I was absolutely dumbfounded by how much of a performance gain my differential received by switching the Spur gear. The Spur gear was so smooth, and I automatically switched over to the Spur gear. And from here on out, my differentials have been so smooth, and they've been working flawlessly ever since I switched over to Axon Spur gears. Now, as you can see here, the Axon Spur gear has a multitude of holes. You can run on the outside, you can run on the inside, or you can run all the holes if you choose to do so. Outside runs 12 holes, inside 12 holes as well. So you can go ahead and run all 24 holes if you want to get maximum performance. But I personally, I just run on the outer ring, and that works just fine. Not only that, the Spur gear is very thin compared to the competitors. If we were to do like a little comparison here, as you can see here, the other competitor is a lot wider. This one's a lot narrower. The actual overall weight is just 0.1 of a gram difference between the competitor. But regardless of the weight being 0.1 of a gram savings with this gear, the performance is, you'll notice it when you put that into your car. You'll notice that the differential runs a lot smoother, and your car will perform a lot better as well. Now with the Spur gear sizes, it goes down to I think only 76. So if you're running classes where you need a smaller Spur gear, at the moment they only have 76 as their smallest gear. But they go up to I think 94 for larger gears as well. So if you're running modified, which I do run modified, and the gears hold up quite well, and they're very quiet, and they perform really well. Anyway, so there you go. There's Axon Racing products. Great Spur gears. I highly recommend them. Now, as for international market, they don't have them. They don't have a distributor yet. But if you really want to get to Axon products, go to Futaba Pro Shop, which is a hobby shop here in Japan. I'll put a web link, and you can check them out. They do international sales, and they carry these products, and they do speak English, so you can send them an email and communicate with them in buying Axon products. All right, I hope this video was of help. Like I said, these Axon Spur gears are really great Spur gears. Highly suggest them. Hopefully later on I'll do product reviews on their other products as well. Okay,